Oh, he's got buddies too. Employing second line.
£2 even.
Let's see, I'm gonna do this real quick. You like that trick? Figured I'd take advantage of it. I'd say it was worth it.
3 pounds, 1 ounce.
Nice. Beautiful.
Well, we're on the drive home from the first sudden death round of the Heritage Cup here in Syracuse, New York, and the guy who escaped first, 23 pounds,
Yeah.
and you did it in style. 2 fish at the same time.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit
awesome.
about that whole thing.
Well, I had been seeing, like in the first period, I'd seen fish, I'd catch one, they'd follow. They were kind of grouped up. And so I thought, well, if I see that again, I'm gonna be ready. So I had a rod ready, and my goal was to go out in the first 30 minutes of the second period. I said at the beginning, my goal was to go out first period. I really thought we could do it. Because I missed my goal of going out in the first period. When they told us 23 pounds, I'm like, that's gonna go quick.
Yeah, no sweat.
And this is a place I'd never been to Skinny Atlas, never even heard of it. But I go there and I'm like, well, second period starts. I kind of start out deep and I start working my way back up shallow where this group of fish had been, and I hook one. Well, behind it, I see 2 more fish. I'm like, well, I'm gonna use my free, second lines in, not take a penalty. And so I take that and I'm like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and use it. So I take it, pitch it out there. I'm fighting this fish and I see my line taking off. I'm like, uh-oh. So I land this fish, click the bail over, set the hook with my other one, and instantly now I've got like 1 rod between my hands because I still have to weigh this other fish, the first one I caught. So I'm like trying to fight this other one in between my legs, and it was a mess. But I got both of them. That's game right there. Back-to-back casts. I got myself a fish landing violation. The first one kind of flopped around, and I only needed 211 at the time.
Gotcha.
The first one was like a 2.6.
Yep.
So I know, like, as soon as I land the second one, game over.
You're good. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I didn't think about the fact that those penalties carry over. So
welcome to the MLF rulebook.
Yeah. So I get to start championship Sunday or championship Saturday, whatever day we're fishing.
Yeah.
With a 2-minute fish
With a
landing
little
violation.
bit of a little bit of a
yeah.
rest.
Everyone else gets 2 free minutes.
Well, most people would say that that's probably fair because this area, as we talked about in your elimination round victory, these fisheries are pretty near and dear to you. You've done well here. You come here just for the fun of it, so obviously you feel comfortable here.
I do, and there's just so many different types of fisheries around here. That's what I think is cool. Yep. The first day I fished, we go to Lake Ontario, Henderson Bay.
Yeah.
It's all deep, smallmouth, drop shot, and clear water stuff. And then today we start heading to the Finger Lakes, which I didn't think that we would go over there.
Right.
Because they're so much closer to here. I really didn't think we'd make it over there, but that's Skinny Atlas. I haven't been able to look at a map, but I'm assuming that's the furthest east of the Finger Lakes. And I've never fished that one. I've fished some of the other ones before.
Yep.
And the cool thing with those is they all kind of set up the same because they all look the same. The contours are pretty much the same. You got a big giant grass flat on the north end, big grass flat on the south end, and everything between is just kind of straight with little short points.
So do you think that largemouth are going to enter into the picture at all this time around?
They have to at some point.
Right? Don't you think?
If they're smallmouth, like championship day, if we go to Oneida, I'm going to start out chasing smallmouth. But if we go to a place like Onondaga, it's a really good largemouth fishery.
Right.
That's the one I've probably spent the least amount of time on.
Is that right? Yeah.
But it's a phenomenal largemouth fishery. I know that, and so they'll come into play, and it just really depends on where we go. And that was kind of my, I guess, one factor that I didn't know about today was, are the largemouth or the smallmouth going to be the factor?
Right.
Because a lot of those Finger Lakes have really good largemouth populations.
Yep.
Guy could go down the bank just, skipping wacky rigged South Plastic underneath docks and smashing them.
How does it feel to get back to the sudden death format? It's been a little while. Haven't
Yeah.
really done that for a while.
Yeah, that's it's just a different level of intensity. It helps when you like jump off to a good start,
Yeah.
you know, and get a good lead, and where you kind of have that momentum where you feel like you're catching them a little quicker than the rest of the guys. The biggest thing for me was that when they told me 23 pounds, I thought, this is going to happen quick. Like, I was nervous about it because I didn't know how
Right.
quick it was
Yep.
going to happen. And without ever being there, I didn't know where I was going to start. So I really felt like that 30-minute ride through was important.
Yeah, right.
I was fortunate that the first place I stopped, there happened to be a bunch of smallmouth.
How much do you get done in the ride through in a place like this where you've never been before? Like, I mean, how much can you actually see in that short amount of time?
The big thing with that is when you only have 30 minutes, like Skinny Atlas, 15 miles long,
Yeah.
it's not like you can go run up and down the whole lake and shut down and idle stuff. And so really the big thing is like just having, like, going off of past experiences and having that knowledge to look back on and say, okay, this is where they should be this time of year. And then kind of dialing in off of that so that you're at least putting yourself in some places that those fish should live.
Pretty much all you can do is chill out, drink a Sqwincher, wait for championship. Congratulations, dude. We'll see you.
Thanks. All right, we'll see you guys.